Welcome to week 7. This week we're going to be focusing more on writing, and there will not be any quizzes. Rather, there will be a written assignment. I'm not sure what happened with Cengage last week, but I was unable to see your results. I could see where you all were taking quizzes throughout the week, but something happened last night and that disappeared. So, for your all's benefit, I didn't want to go back through and have you all retake them or do anything to stress any students out. So I gave everyone full credit on the quizzes for last week. That leads us into this week, where we are going to be working on legal memoranda. This is something that a lot of students think of a memo as being short and sweet and to the point, but these can actually be very detailed, very long written assignments. I often write 10 or 12 memos a week, and I have had memos that I've worked on for a couple of weeks that were 10 to 15 pages long, depending on the issues being analyzed. A lot of it goes to your type of work, who your attorney is, how much information they need, how much research is conducted. There are 2 videos that are different formats for different purposes to help people who are in the legal field learning how to do legal memos and making sure they get them correctly. I also have a link in here that shows the IDEA method and the IRAC method. As an attorney, I use IRAC the most. It's the way that I organize my thoughts when I'm writing. I spot the issue, I state the rule, show the analysis, and state my conclusion. Occasionally that is flip-flopped. I worked in a corporate office for a while. I was in the trial litigation team, and our lead attorney wanted the conclusion first. So instead of doing IRAC, I did something called CRAC, which is where you start with conclusion, then list the rule, analysis, and state the conclusion again. That was just a preference for where I was working. And as a paralegal or new attorney, you're going to have to defer to the senior attorney with whom you're working for the format of those things. That's why I'm presenting it in a very general way so that you can take the basic information into any law office and have an understanding of how to begin. This assignment is based on a dog walking contract. If you look here at the very end of the assignment, there's a link to the contract. I want you guys to look at that contract and then research to find the elements of a contract in Kentucky. In one paragraph, I want you to show how you researched the issue, what sources you used, and why you chose those sources. Then, of the sources you used, identify the hierarchy of the sources. Tell me which ones were the primary source, what was the secondary source. That'll show that you understand what we were doing at the beginning of this course and how to research. From there, I want you to apply what you found when you researched to find that rule of law to this dog walker contract and tell why or why not this contract meets the elements of a contract in Kentucky and should be upheld in the court. So your conclusion is going to be whether or not the contract is valid and would be held up in the court of law. That's the basic assignment. If you've got any questions on that, please feel free to email me. I do want to jump ahead and show you all next week. Get over here. Next week is a short week. Everything has to be submitted early. It needs to be in by Friday. Grades will be input Saturday morning. The last week assignment is another written assignment that goes into more legal analysis, and this is where I've got all the information about IRAC. So you will have an assignment listed here that's going over what you've learned in this course, the researching methods that you use, the writing methods that you use, and what is the most challenging element from what you've learned, and what is something that you feel most confident in. So I'll be putting that assignment in there today. I've changed it up just a little bit to make it straightforward and easy for you guys to use the format to show that you know how to make the assignment, how do you know how to do the legal writing, and how to apply IRAC within that assignment. Again, if you've got any questions on week 8, don't hesitate to reach out. And remember that everything in this course is due next Friday, which is the 18th. Everything needs to be submitted by October 18th to receive credit in the class. Have a great week.